Most footballers don't lose the ball because they're bad on the ball. They lose it because pressure makes them rush decisions they haven't prepared for. If you've ever watched yourself in training and thought, "I'm actually good," but then stepped into a match and suddenly felt slower, tighter, and unsure, this video is for you. Because here's the truth. Coaches, teammates, scouts, they don't care how good you look when no one's pressing you. They care about what happens when a defender is already on your back, when the space is gone, and when you have less than a second to decide. And if you keep losing the ball under pressure, it's not because you can't step by step. Pressure doesn't start when the defender arrives. Most players think pressure starts when the defender gets close. It doesn't. Pressure starts before you receive the ball. When the ball is traveling toward you, your brain should already be working. But for most players, it's empty. They're waiting for the ball first and only then deciding what to do. That delay is deadly. At higher levels, you don't have time to figure it out. By the time the ball touches your foot, the defender is already won. Elite players don't react to pressure, they anticipate it. That's the first difference. Why you panic under pressure. When you receive the ball without a plan, your brain goes into emergency mode. You feel rushed, your touches get heavier, you play the safest pass even when it's the wrong one, or you try to dribble when there's no space. This isn't a confidence problem, it's a preparation problem. Your mind hates uncertainty, and pressure creates uncertainty instantly. So if you want to stop losing the ball, you don't need more tricks, you need clarity before contact. Rule number 1, your body shape decides everything. Let's start with something simple, but critical. Your body position. Most players receive the ball square to the pitch, chest facing the passer, hips closed. That's fine, until pressure arrives. Because when your body is closed, you have only one option, back where the ball came from. Elite players receive side on. One shoulder open, one eye already scanning forward. This does two things. It buys time, it creates options. When pressure comes, they don't panic, they rotate into space. If you consistently lose the ball, watch your body when you receive. You'll notice something immediately. You're trapping yourself before the defender even moves. Rule number 2, scanning is not optional. Most players say, "Yeah, I scan," but they don't. They glance after receiving the ball. That's already too late. Scanning isn't about seeing where the defender is, it's about knowing where the space is. Before the ball reaches you, you should already know where the pressure is coming from, where your exit is, and whether you need one touch or two. This is why elite players look calm, not because they're relaxed, but because the decision is already made. Pressure feels overwhelming only when you're surprised by it. Rule number 3, your first touch is a decision. Most players think first touch is about control. It's not. It's about direction. A safe touch to your feet invites pressure. A touch into space removes it. Elite players don't wait for pressure to arrive, they move the ball away from it instantly. That one touch buys half a second. Half a second is the difference between escaping and losing the ball. If your first touch doesn't change the picture, pressure wins. Why dribbling fails you under pressure. Here's something most players don't want to hear. Dribbling under pressure rarely fails because of bad technique. It fails because of bad timing. You dribble when the defender is set, when the distance is too small, when there's no imbalance. Elite players dribble before pressure is stable, or not at all. They either touch past the defender early or play away and move. This is why trying to be braver doesn't work. Bravery without awareness just loses the ball faster. How elite players buy time. Time is the most valuable currency in football. Elite players don't create time by running faster. They create it by manipulating defenders. They slow down when you expect speed. They speed up when you expect control. They use small delays, subtle body feints, and simple passes, not to be flashy, but to force defenders into mistakes. Pressure becomes manageable when you stop fighting it and start using it. Training that actually transfers to matches. Here's where most training goes wrong. Players train touches, but not decisions. They train alone, but not under consequence. If you want to stop losing the ball in matches, your training must include uncertainty. That means receiving from different angles, playing on the move, limiting touches, forcing quick decisions, not mindless repetition. Pressure doesn't care how many cones you've dribbled past. Small-sided games are non-negotiable. Nothing prepares you for pressure like real football. Small-sided games force faster decisions, tighter spaces, constant scanning. There's no hiding, no time to reset. That's why players who play more games look calmer. They've been here before. Pressure only feels heavy when it's unfamiliar. Why you lose the ball late in games. Fatigue exposes habits. When you're tired, your scanning drops, your body shape gets lazy, your first touch gets sloppy. That's why late-game pressure feels brutal. Elite players don't suddenly become smarter late in games. They've built habits that survive fatigue. If your habits break when you're tired, pressure will always beat you. Stop chasing confidence. Confidence is not something you add, it's something that appears when things make sense. When you know where pressure is coming from, know where space is, and trust your first touch, confidence becomes automatic. You don't feel calm, you are calm. One last thing that keeps players losing the ball under pressure is trying to play the game at the same speed all the time. Football doesn't work like that. When you rush every touch, defenders don't need to do much, they just wait for the mistake. Elite players understand when to slow the game down with one touch, one pass, or even one pause. That small moment of control often removes more pressure than any dribble ever could. Another mistake is thinking you need to escape pressure every time you receive the ball. Sometimes the smartest way to deal with pressure is to move the ball quickly and reposition yourself. Pressure follows the ball, not you. When you pass and move with purpose, defenders are forced to adjust, and that creates space for your next action. Players who stay calm under pressure don't try to win every moment on the ball. They play to control the next one. Final thought. Pressure is not your enemy. Unprepared decisions are. If you stop waiting for the ball to tell you what to do, if you start thinking before it arrives, pressure stops feeling chaotic. And when pressure becomes predictable, it becomes easy. I hope this helped you understand how to stay calm and keep the ball under pressure. Subscribe to the channel because there's much more to football than just surviving pressure, and the next videos go even deeper.